Test. I hope the microphone volume is okay. If it's not, just turn it down. I'll be doing the May 2019 paper. This one, not the entire one. I just want to do question 4. So, to whoever it may concern, if you want to see this in without like a table format, I'll be doing this in the normal format. So, I'll be using HTML4, not 5. If you want the HTML5, you can just leave it in the comment because I'm already done with the HTML5. This is here, and then all the CSS is done. I'm just doing this with HTML4 for people who are still starting out in the Excel course. Okay, so one sec. I'll put in some basic code. So let's start. First of all, the question's asking us to, let's see, hold on. The question's asking us to put two meta char sets, okay? Sorry, two metas. So first one is char set UTF-8. The encoding should be UTF-8. And the next one is that they said the search engine should be able to show a description of the site. Now, not sure what this means, so I'll put two of what I think it is. My bad. First is the keywords which you search in the engine to find this. So this is about spice tags, so we'll put some keywords. And the other one is a description. It says description, so I'll be going with description. So we'll just put like space tag for like, I don't know, web page. And then we will be using an external CSS sheet, so we just real quick. Okay, let's start. The first thing, okay, so for a default page layout, we have basically three things, okay? Or like if you consider navigation, that's four things. First thing, header. Second is navigation, so nav. The third thing is the body where the content goes. And then the last thing is footer. So inside of a body, we'll have four things: a header, a navigation, a main, which I'll be using for body, and a footer. Okay, these are like the four things you need to have, right? Within the main for this past paper, you're supposed to have, for example, we'll consider if we're speaking in terms of HTML5, I'll consider this an article, the left side, and the right side is a section with the images inside, okay, to make them separate. But since we'll be using divs, I'll be classing them. So we'll use div and then we'll put a class to header or head, you know. Okay, first let me put this to vertical split so you can see the CSS on the right. Okay, so first we'll put out some basic ones. We'll be using box sizing, which allows me to basically, there won't be like, if you put padding, if you put margin, nothing, it won't go out of bounds. Okay, so like if you put a max width, it won't go out of bounds. If it does, it will, like, you'll be able to see like the difference. Okay, so here, look, put font family, they asked for Verdana, and then they asked the color should be light gray. Now if you don't know, instead of putting 6 digits you can also put 3. Okay, and but I'll be using 6 for as this is foundation. They said this text align should be center. What else did they say? We can see on the page it says the width is 1000 pixels. You can see for everything 500 here, 500 here, total 100, 1000. This is also 1000. So we'll define width to 1000 pixels. You don't need to define a height because the height is not defined total, and we'll be changing the height a lot. So first things first, they put, I don't know why, but the question papers always have like what do you call, an ugly background color. So they asked the body should be a background color of blue, and this can also be written as this. Okay, but this is what we will be doing. So this is what it looks like right now. Inside this div, inside the header, they want a banner. So merge assets, images, banner. Okay. Now for this, they want a width of 1000 pixels and a height of 100 pixels, if I'm sure, if I'm correct. Yep, it is. Excuse me. My voice is kind of low. I'm kind of sick right now. Okay. Anyways, so save this, run it. And this is what it looks like. Now we're gonna center the entire page. So for that we need margin auto. See, center. Okay, the next thing, they only had a banner in the head. So the next div will be a navigation. We'll put something like navigate. Okay. You might ask why I'm not using nav like the short from the HTML file. It's because since the current HTML we know is both, it supports both HTML and HTML4 and HTML5. So if I put nav and then if I put nav and then the class nav as well, things might overlap and you might like accidentally use nav instead of like dot nav. So we'll put some basic names so you don't get confused. So I'll be using navigate, and for this they want a link to this page. I keep forgetting the apostrophes. This page, and it should call the Mars rover page according to the wireframe given. Decrease this. Okay. Now cover this by paragraph because this is an anchor link, so you can't really, what do you call, show the anchor link without it being like, it won't be covered by this for some reason. This color, that's the issue I've been facing for some reason. Oh, my bad, forgot this. Okay, so this, let's see how it looks. It looks centered. Okay, now we'll put a navigate to text align left, and then a padding left of 20 pixels because we want to see, oh shit. They said all text should be aligned, right? Centered align. Okay, for this one, we'll use a paragraph selector. So see, now this won't overlap. Now for this, we'll also use padding top of 10 pixels. There you go. If you wanna see if the border or like anything appeared, you can put a temporary 2 pixels of solid white for contrast. That so the border did appear. Something I forgot to do is I forgot to define the width. I know it's already defined, but it's better to define it repeatedly. if the question's asking for it, okay? And then the height to 50 pixels. So we have that, and then the paragraph one actually exceeds the normal one, so you have to define it to 1000 pixels and the height to 50 pixels as well. See, now it's fine. I'll remove this. I'll instead put a border top of 5 pixels solid wide. Okay. This is because they have this little gap here, and I don't want to put a break in between. It kind of looks ugly. Next one we'll be doing is content. Okay, so I'm sorry if I'm going a bit too fast. I'm in a kind of hurry. Within the div we'll have another div, okay, and this will be called the para, or you can call this the text area or the text AR. Okay, I'll put text area. It's fine. And then the next div will be called images. Okay, you can put some, what do you call it, comments. This is for the para on the left side. This is for the images on the right side. Okay, for this one, we'll put an H3 and we'll put space. First, we'll put emphasize because this question's asking for it, and we'll put space is interesting. See, now the font size is not defined, but if you want to, I think, not for this you can't, but I think for the footer you'll be able to. And then for this, I already have the text saved, so I'll put it here. You can hit tab to create the gap. Here, we'll have to modify this. We have to add 2 lines of break, okay, and here as well 2 lines of break, and then it will look like this. Now for this, you have to first do content and then define the width to 1000 pixels by 1000 pixels, because the text area and the images total come up to 500 by 500, which will be 1000 by 1000. Okay, so for the content's done, and then now we can do the text area, which is 500 pixels by 500 pixels, and then the text area is centered. Okay, and then we'll put text area P or H3 first, and then we'll define the width to 500 pixels. We'll put this position as absolute because we don't want this to move, and then we'll put text area paragraph. We'll put that to 1 pixels and height 500 pixels, and then that's it. And then for this one, the text area, we want this on the left side, so we'll put float left. Okay, now see the text is a bit jumbled, so it's not jumbled, it's like they're both inside of each other. So for that, for the paragraph, we'll add a margin top of 20 pixels, or we can do 25 pixels. Okay, and then you can add a break here. See, that's done. This is the number. Okay, now we'll work on the right side. That's it for the left side. Now we'll work on the left side. So as declare the class, you got the class on the left side, declare it on the right. Width is 500 pixels, again by 500 pixels, and then okay, now here I'll grab this from the, because to make it a bit faster for myself, you do have to type each of them all together, and I don't recommend moving the image file into the file where you're making the thing, because it's already given one, so just do set slash images slash and then the image after it. Okay, so these images, there will be 150 pixels each, as it's mentioned here, 150 by 150. So for that, we'll declare the class first and then a selector. So images img width 150 pixels, height 150 pixels. Let's check. See, now look, it's a bit like it doesn't look like you know, a crafting table, you could say. Like it doesn't look like this, right? Doesn't look like a grid. So for that, we'll put float right. Okay, see, everything's done. That's because it's the text align is centered, so it's already like applied to the images as well. So this is already done, and then they're aligned. Okay, now next thing, make sure you check this is where the content ends, and then the next div. Okay, you can use footer as well for this instead of div, but we'll use, since we're using HTML4, footer or like foot, for example. Okay, now for foot we have to define it. Foot to width is 1000 pixels, height is 50 pixels. Okay, here we'll declare paragraph first and then an anchor. Now, and in the anchor, this one, inside of this we'll put email to, because we'll be emailing this according to the question paper. It says you have to create an email link with this one. My bad. Info at the rate of spacetech.co.uk, and this will be hyperlinked to this text. Okay, so email to info at the rate of spacetech.co.uk, and in this, between the two and end and first bracket, we'll put copyright space tech. Okay, now see, my bad, the footer somehow ends up here. I'm not sure why. So for this, I'm going to be manipulating, like, I'll be changing this first. We'll do foot P and then the color yellow, because that's what they ask you to do. And here, look, it doesn't apply. Now, when it doesn't apply, I recommend, because this is the only thing which worked for me, you remove this, just cut it out. Okay, you cut it out, and wherever text are, right, where in the navigate there is a text, so we'll put here. For some reason okay, we'll put it there. In the, just put it in here in the content, it will apply to the left side as well. This one didn't apply, so I think here, if I put it here, will it apply? Did not apply. Okay, let's check. We'll put a navigate anchor. Okay, and then the color is this. Now it applied. You know why this happens? This is because the anchor is inside of the paragraph. Okay, and for, even if you like, the anchor is the main thing, so it's like your paragraph is displaying the anchor is displaying this text, so this text is inside of the anchor should have the colored one. Okay, and make sure you use a selector, so you can wipe this if you want, or you can just leave it there. And for the content, there's no anchor or anything, so we'll just leave it there. And here we come down to here, this one should be yellow, right? So instead of this, put the anchor. See, now it applied. Now, actually, I've not tested this, but okay, it does work. Okay, so even if you put color, you just make sure you use the selector and then anchor to define the colors, because otherwise the paragraph doesn't pick it up for some reason. I think some overlapping issues probably. Okay, now we'll fix the footer. Now you can set the footer to position relative, and then you can do bottom. So top means you'll be putting space on the top, it will go down. If you put bottom, it will go up. If you put left, it will go right, and if you put right, it will go left. Okay, so bottom will put 500 pixels. You can touch it down and see if they fit. You can put a border top of 5 pixels solid white to check where it is. You, okay, it wants a bit more, we'll add a bit, not that much. Not that much either. It's okay. And then for this, we'll add a foot P and put the padding top to 20 pixels. There you go. There you have it. Exact as this. Where's the Chrome file? Here. There you have it. I guess for this, if you want to fix this thing, you can put a max height. So let's count 100, 150, 150, and then we have 1000. So 1000, 150, and then 1200 is what I'm assuming. So we'll put a max height over here. That did not fix it. I don't think a max height is a thing. Probably that's why. Oh my god. Okay, don't do that. What do I do though? Do I put this to 100 pixels? No. Is it because I put position absolute on this one? Can't figure it out. Let's try something else. That still doesn't fix it. Okay. Okay, I think I figured it out. Leave the position absolute there. We'll cut this out. Content. Put it to 500 pixels. Maybe this was my mistake. Not that one. That's my VS Code. This one. My bad. This one. Ah, so it was. Okay, so I can remove the position relative. And it's fixed. Good job. Oh yeah, if you want this annoying thing to go away, just put a BR here. There you go. It's fixed. Okay. Well, that's it. That's the code. I'm done. I'm going out.